That's not me. That's you.
What?
I'm talking.
Oh, that's promising?
Pretend I'm not here. Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. That's not me. That's you. It should be on your computer, I think. Is it there?
No,
The image? No. The teaser that we're gonna show?
Yeah.
It's not. It's not. Okay. Well, you know what? It's not on mine. I deleted it. So. All right.
Oh, okay.
There's no teaser. No, nothing's coming. It's just despair, darkness. The birds are dying. And on.
Okay, let's go ahead and wrap it up. Yeah, it's fine.
You did it already.
Are there going to be boat vehicles coming to the game?
Well, you know, as the so the lore of Planetside 2 has always been that Araxians just don't know how to swim. So and they're just not. It hasn't been in their presence of mind to develop the technology to deal with water. Sorry, Mag Riders actually used to float along the water.
Oh,
and
okay.
actually you used to be able to just walk underwater in Planetside
Okay.
1. But no boats.
Yeah.
I mean, well, if we ever get like water tech, we
never
could,
say never.
Right,
But yeah,
right.
not this
Yeah.
time.
Here you see a bastion with a random harasser on the top of it, and yeah, this. Okay, so I recorded this footage twice. This time it sucks, but the file size is smaller. I was fighting with that all day. Anyway, so now we have what we're working on. One of the things that we're working on, one of the many things that we're working on, is a new continent for Planetside, and actually as the I don't know, the water gets it rains out over the continent, you'll see that some of the flora is kind of it's tainted in some way, maybe not in a bad way, just changed a little bit. So there's a heavy emphasis on Araxium, and you can see that the trees are very this reminds me of Ashenvale. Like the trees are, you know, changed, and some of the roots that you'd normally see sticking up out of the ground have these spires of Araxium, and everything kind of, you know, there's glowy elements. Actually, this is all these props are placeholder for now, and I totally need to rebalance some of the glows and the lighting and get the colors and in tune.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 8th anniversary Planetside development stream. We're at a new studio. We're in a new broadcast room. I tweeted out a little behind-the-scenes shot this morning, so we are hoping that we don't encounter any technical errors, but the tech team has been working all week to ensure that we don't. As you can see, I overdressed for this because it's such a special occasion. I'm not interviewing somewhere else, or what are all the random jokes. I'm not going to a funeral. I'm not going to a wedding. But yeah.
No, but you are going to speak some spoken word.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Well, I mean, we have been. It wasn't even this morning. It was all week. We've just been talking about the beauty that was the William Shatner spoken word version of Rocket Man. We had a pretty big production plan, but we just didn't have time to pull it off.
I told them that if they buy me the suit, I'll wear it. Yeah,
okay.
We'll
Next year, 9th anniversary.
Yeah, 9th anniversary.
Yeah.
Okay.
We will reenact the entire thing, like the stepping away, like all the special effects from 1978.
I'll need a third person with just the craziness.
Exactly, with the tie untied, disheveled. It's on track. So we've already talked about Outfit Wars.
All right. This probably consolidates the points better than my mouth did. Yeah. So tournament stock qualifiers, score-based matchmaking, personal and outfit wide rewards, and all right. So really, what it comes down to is we want to continue to grow out the world of Planetside 2. So new continent coming up. Got an air horn. No, okay. New continent. So we'll do that.
I think you just did the air horn.
Thank you. I do a passable air horn impression. So the periodic updates to older continents as well. Sorry, I glazed over the first one. So new continent. I'm not going to tell you what it is. Really not sure. hilarious. So,
well, by not sure,
I've had a lot of caffeine this morning.
There's an assortment of options that we need to. It's a continent, so it's a massive amount of work, and we're getting ready to. We need to get started relatively soon. So we're towards the final stages of deciding which direction we're going to go.
You did get my joke, though, right?
What's that?
Never mind.
We've been practicing this all week, and by all week I mean not at all.
Yep. So new content for sure. That's definitely happening this coming year. Why am I stalling? Okay, so periodic updates to older contents as well. So we have some sticking points on. I mean, it would be nice to like maybe finish Hassan or make some adjustments, more adjustments to Indar, and then also just sticking points about Azamir. Like you'll see some of that coming early next year with Chapter 3 as well. When we place in the new facilities, we'll also be able to make some adjustments based on community feedback and that sort of thing, and fix some bugs at the same time. So. This is something that we want to periodically do. There was a lot of hesitation in the past to get people to download the entire map again, because that's what tends to happen whenever we make changes. So we need to be smart about it, continue to be. But I feel like some of our older concerns are no longer present. So and then alongside like a new continent. And then maybe with some of the changes to older continents as well, you'll see new stories and new campaigns. That's going to be a persistent kind of occurrence just throughout the years. Chapter 2 or campaign 2 will probably pick up somewhere midsummer. I think one of the things that we've at least figured out so far with doing these chapters is that we're kind of putting them too close together. That's something that, so if you've noticed the new dates for the campaign, they've kind of been spaced out a little bit more for the remaining chapters, and you have more time to do chapter 2, so it's not just a month. What's really funny is that toward the end, how many procrastinators do we have in the audience? Like so many people jumped onto the campaign like in the final days or whatever, just like I gotta finish this real fast. I had no interest before, but now I have all of the interest. So you'll have more time to then wait until the final moment to complete complete the chapter in the future, and then probably some spacing.
But other than that, man, I can't believe it's been 8 years already. It's amazing and terrifying, and we couldn't actually be here without all of you. So
it's been a long time.
So it's been a long. Have you been like weaving the lyrics of Rocket Man into this entire stream?
No, not intentional. Well, I mean, now this was intentional, but okay. But if there was any other moments in which that occurred, please timestamp them.
All right. Well, on that note, on that incredibly corny reference note,
if you haven't seen the tweet, please go see the tweet to the link to the video so that you can educate yourself.
I tweeted out the hype video that Wrel and I have been watching all morning, drinking lots of caffeine and watching the William Shatner Rocket Man rendition.
I did not mention it, but you get the Rocket Man title in the
that's why all the references to Rocket Man.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
okay. Well,
it's been real.
Yeah.
Thank you all for joining us, and we'll talk to you again. Have a good rest of the day.
And like spectacle is important. People kind of try to hand wave it, or say that it's only adding cheese to the game and that sort of thing. But updates like these they're important, at least from actually you had a video talking about hype cycles, and that's exactly it, right? Where you were kind of increasing the attention of a player during a certain time, and then it starts to fade away, and then you kind of get it back. It's important, and it can't be underestimated. Obviously, you want to build a solid game too, and whether or not the Bastion fits currently is something that you can debate. But at the same time, like it brought players back, and we saw in a way that wouldn't have been done if you were to market like, oh, the game runs performance better. like that's not sexy, right? It's not marketable.
No, I know there's a segment of the population be like, just fix bugs for the next year, and it's like, it's great. We got a lot of nice little quality of life things, interactions, but that, as you said, it's not sexy. It will not re-attract players.
Yeah, there is not a single game that I've known that's been able to do that, outside of like hold the attention of an audience outside of like a perfect game like chess or checkers or whatever. You need to continually, as this games as a service model, introduce new stuff, or kind of like reinvent certain aspects of the game. And like you should always have a solid game underneath it. And you can kind of argue that Planetside 2 has had issues for many years. And we, like, again, 2021, we're kind of going into it and trying to fix a lot of these things. But we were trying to do both at the same time. Like we're introducing missions and campaigns for reasons that exist, not just for the hype cycles, but because they're like fundamental aspects of gameplay that we're tailoring them to, specific audiences. So like the mission system, a lot of games have some sort of session-based goals for players, and I had heard from a lot of our player base that they desired this sort of thing, and it doesn't. But at the same time, we created it so it doesn't need to be done. Like it isn't a necessity. Like you can still have the same Planetside 2 experience that you've had for forever, but we're opening up our opportunities to kind of accommodate other players. The players who maybe aren't you and your friends who have been here for X amount of time. So we really spent this past year kind of laying fundamental elements, and then now we can kind of go back and fix some of the cracks in our foundation that had existed in the past 3 to 4 years, or even before that.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Well, the future's exciting, and what I'm hoping here is I don't want to take up your whole night. I want to keep these short and sweet, and I'm hoping we could have you on more often. Just sometimes the dev streams, it takes a few months to get them together, so every now and then you can just pop in, say hi, give us a success and a fail that week, and let you have your night.
to the Murderer King. So yeah,
and then so without giving away the location or anything, so this homage to Mr. Mintus, what, like, when you find it, is it, can you interact with it? Can you?
You can interact with it.
All right.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say much more than that. It's really just like a cool thing. Like we tend to immortalize players in different ways. Like in the past, like some names like of bases have been named after. I guess like there's some developers in the past, or some weapons have gotten renamed. The Maelstrom 26 is the VS. It used to be named something else. I can't even remember the name at this point, but it's now named like after Maelstrom, the person who runs Planetside Alerts.
Meta will obviously play out.
It's like little things like that that are you may not notice.
Changes to change it, so it's
like
continually evolving.
Yeah.
But
currently there's a limited amount of bases that you can pull or vehicles that you can pull from your command center.
Yeah.
That's true.
So you need to be cognizant of the resource expenditures, and we feel that on the platoon level or the outfit level, coordination is key. So
it is.
Hopefully, you guys got your stuff together when you're coming here, and
because it's not meant to be just a totally chaotic free for all, right? I mean, the whole purpose of this is to show who can organize the best, who can communicate the best, and find success. Amongst organized play.
So the rewards for winning this are still being discussed. Bare minimum, I think we're going to be giving resources for outfits in some way. So like some of the rare resources, just because this is kind of part of the core loop that we want. But also the recognition is something that we want to tie into Sanctuary if possible. So maybe your outfit decals on the banner, or like the holographic statues there have your name and your score, or like people can actually, this is a feature that currently exists, and something that we want to do is when an Outfit Wars match is going, we want to be here and broadcasting it on Twitch. And actually you can click on the UI in game and it'll pop up a window with which you can watch us.
Yep.
Words.
Technology
Magic.
So so there you go.
Nice.
Yeah.
And now that like you guys have seen this, we'll be much more open with visibility and communication on this kind of stuff. We've been doing slight teases and this and stuff, obviously holding a lot back because we want to wait until this sans the Bastion on the tweet that went out before the stream, but it's okay.
Jump the gun a little bit.
But
the big gun.
It's okay.
Yeah.
But it's all good. He's smiling. I got him. He just heard it. Let's go.
It's all good.
All right,
man.
so let's see if we can answer a couple more questions. Well, we're waiting for Justin to send us some questions.
I like that one at the top. Well, second from the top. Can small outfits create coalitions or small alliances to qualify? So alliances in general is something that I totally think that we should move into. There's no plans for it right now. We need to discuss what our priorities are as it relates to the entirety of the year. But as far as solutions for small scale outfits, alliances would make the most sense. And there are designs for it. But again, it's a matter of priorities. I want to kind of sidebar and say what excites me most about this update is not necessarily all the gameplay features and all the functionality and everything else, but the fact that we actually have a team now to make some really large scale changes to this game.
Yeah, and hopefully this is an indication of the firepower that we have right now.
Yeah, like we've been cooking on this stuff since late last year, and the work that has gone into this has been a lot.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's I would say that's a safe way to say it. For sure.
Has been much.
Someone's asking if there'll be multiple or new maps for Outlaws.
Cheated.
Cheated, he says.
Thank you.
Oh, what? Somebody's the goat, thank you.
We should clear out the guys to our left.
I agree.
Watch out, guys on the cliffs, though.
Oh my goodness, I know.
Right behind you. Yes. You. Get on the high ground. Precious shield.
Yeah. You guys got Tempest right behind you. Oh, this isn't good.
Oh, orbital strikes on us.
Get out!
You're vaporized, sorry, bro.
Vaporized, sorry.
Understand. John Wick. Heyo.
Wrel, we really appreciate you coming out after work, taking the time with us. Thanks for sharing. We're excited for the upcoming season. Is there anything that the community can do for you and the devs as we approach this season? What you get the last word on it. What can we do to make this season great?
I think just trying to have fun, I guess, would be the first and most important goal. You know, everybody is there. Well, okay. So some people are there for to be competitive. Some people there to engage in something new. And I think at the end of the day, just realize that there's other people across, you know, be it on the other team or otherwise, and that just want to have the same level of fun as you. So I don't really know what form that'll take in, but just like, you know, love your fellow Araxians, and hopefully the community doesn't make this year's Outfit War more strenuous than it has to be on either the players that you're playing, you know, with and against, or the dev team.
Well said. Love your fellow Araxian, even if he's an opponent for the day. Well said, Wrel. Okay, Wrel, we really appreciate you, man. You have a great evening, and we'll look forward to chatting, seeing stuff from you soon in the future.
Cool.
I guess
Thank you very much.
Final wrap up for me before I bail is going to be a little bit of story time, and Rel will probably kill me for this. But
really?
it's
we'll protect you. Don't worry
about Rel, and because there's been a lot of love right now from for Andy and Cardo and this and that, but we're gonna go back a few years right now, right? Oh man, I know he's like, oh, I swear to God, I'm gonna tell you. But, so we're gonna go back before I worked on Planetside, and when I was on H1, and so I first joined the company, and this was probably, I guess, 2016, I think, maybe it's even before that. I think it was 2016, and working on at the time Planetside Mercenaries, but that's another thing that ended up being PSA, and then we all moved over to H1Z1, and so obviously company is doing its thing. H1Z1 is taking off, and so all resources are going on H1Z1. I still never forget walking from where I was working at in my area over what we call the airport lounge, and there's like this little cubby with just like a few dudes in it, and that was it. And that was the Planetside 2 cubby, and Rel is in there, okay, working tirelessly, frustrated beyond belief because he just wants some freaking support and he can't freaking get it because everything's on H1Z1, right? And like like you could see the frustration on his face because he just wanted to make something and he couldn't get the support for it, and he was pissed, and he just wanted to make cool stuff, and so like H1Z1 kept doing it, and he was still just trying to do his thing. And so then, we fast forward, and it was probably, I won't go into too many details because I don't want to, but I witnessed him get so passionate, and he went off one day. Okay. He went off one day, and he just said it how it was to people extremely high up in the company, and he just let it fly. And I was so mind blown and impressed because you could tell that he just cared and he just wanted to make a good game. And he just straight off, and I was like, oh God. It was one of those moments where I was like, I really hope he doesn't get fired right now, because like, and he just said it for how it was, and he was just totally honest and true, and no one could say anything back to him because it was the truth. And so, over the years, I know that, PS2 has been up and it's had its downs and this and that, and I know constantly Rel gets a lot of crap. People are always giving Rel crap, but I assure you guys, a bajillion% on the inside now, and for years, he has always fought for this game. If it wasn't for him, this game would have went away. So as much as you guys want to give him crap, as much as you guys are going to continue to give him crap because that's your job, just keep in mind that 100%, if it wasn't for him, PS2 would have died. Easy.